Well, again, everyone, hope you're having a good Sunday afternoon. By the time you see this video, it might be into Monday or later. Not sure when I'm going to release it. But I wanted to bring you a few other points that I was not able to get to in the last video. I'm going to talk about not giving up. Keep trying. Don't give up. Never. I'll be more clear here in a moment. Bear with me. I'm also going to talk about two different channels that I watch that are more automotive related, but kind of relate to what I'm going to talk about. So stay tuned. I have a terrific passage I'm going to share towards the end of the video. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about an article that was shared with me from a long-time, very good, loyal subscriber, been on the channel with the channel for a long time. And that is about, it's a good reminder, I'll put it this way. It's a good reminder that without some kind of check or immigration plan, it can truly ruin a country. And we're not immune to it here in the United States. And that is, and you may have heard about this, but this has been published too, but Munich, let's go to Munich, Germany. As we know, Germany is in big time trouble, just as many other European countries are, as far as uncontrolled immigration. In other words, it's almost as if they just open the floodgates and they don't have a check on who's coming in. I think you've got to have some kind of immigration policy or plan to vet. You got to vet these people. I'm all for immigration, but you have to vet the people coming in. Munich, Germany, this is from a nurse, a registered nurse there, talking about the conditions and how they are deteriorating because of this. It's uncontrolled flow of humanity coming in there. I'll just kind of paraphrase here a little bit. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but this nurse is talking about how he or she apparently, it's a female, works in clinics, and says that this situation is unsustainable. That is the best word to describe it. Unsustainable. I believe it. Clinics cannot handle the number of migrant medical emergencies that are flowing into them. Now, this is concentrating on Munich, but it's probably in a lot of other areas. It's probably affected other areas, especially in certain areas of the United States, before we've got a handle, thankfully, on the border now. But anyway, back to this. Number of migrant medical emergencies are just surging through and overwhelming the clinics. So they're being sent to the hospitals, the larger hospitals there. And now they're overwhelming the hospitals. They're having a lot of meetings about this, how to handle it. The Muslims, which most of the migrants are, refuse treatment from female staff. That's a problem. Relations between staff and migrants are going from bad to worse. Migrants, for the most part, have to be accompanied by police and canine units. It's that bad. Many of them are bringing in or have diseases that they are not sure how to treat. ADS, syphilis, open TB, tuberculosis, and other diseases. They get frustrated easily, especially with figuring out how to pay for certain things, with their children in tow. They abandon children there at times with them. They don't know what to do with it. The outbursts and the violence has spread to the pharmacies when they're trying to get medications. So the police and canine units have to actually go and protect the pharmacies now. This is a mess. She paints a pretty rough picture of this, and I believe it. So this is unsustainable. Not sure what to do with this. She's not sure she can keep working like this. I don't blame her. It can happen here, and it probably has to a certain extent that we just don't hear all the details about. If we don't have a real plan to vet people coming in and limit the number, You have to. You cannot let it absolutely ruin a culture, your people. It just doesn't make sense. You want to live in relative safety. These people cannot. If you follow the news, it's almost a daily thing, whether it's Germany or some of the other Western European countries, you hear about the violence, the stabbings. They have no Second Amendment there, so you hear about the knife attacks. Almost daily. And you know who the culprits are. Yes, it's them. Not saying they're all bad, but it's a problem which requires a real immigration plan. It's just another reminder that thankfully right now under this administration there's a handle on it. Doesn't guarantee future administrations will. And we know the last one was a disaster, and we're still going to be suffering from that for a while. You hear about the mass deportations and all that stuff. I don't know how mass they are. I know they're doing some, but this is something we'll be dealing with for quite a while. Even if there is a continuation of a border stop, closing up the border and having a real plan like you had in the past, you're still going to be reeling from this for a while. But this is just a good reminder, and it's a shame. I feel bad. I hate it. I got relatives in Germany. They tell me it's not well there. Not at all. It's serious. So I think all of Europe's in trouble. I really do. If you're from that area, if you're listening from those areas, chime in. If you know what it's like on the ground there, feel free to comment or tell us in the comments. All right, going on. Bad things happen to good people. I follow two. And I've said this before, I don't watch a ton of prepping videos or even, I watch some Christian channels. I watch some preparedness channels, homesteading channels, some. I don't watch a lot of them. I spread it around. I have other interests, of course, music. Listen to a lot of music on YouTube. And I'm an automotive enthusiast, so I watch a lot of that. Two that I watch a lot of, the one on YouTube that I watch is Jason Samko. It's Jason and then Samko. I will link his channel in the description. More on him in a second. Also on TikTok, I don't spend as much time on TikTok. I have a little presence there as far as my channel here, but I don't do a lot of videos there. It's mostly to get traffic to the YouTube. But on TikTok, I watch a guy called Mike P, M-I-K-E, Mike, and then P is his last initial. You just pull up Mike P, you'll probably see him. He is a car salesman for a Chevrolet dealership around Chicago. It's a suburb of Chicago, I believe. But he will tell about his day. They're short videos, and they're kind of entertaining about his experiences selling vehicles. It's very interesting. He seems like a really good guy, that he's on the up and up. And his managers and the dealership actually sound like they're reputable and they try to do the right thing. So, but anyway, I highly recommend. But both of these creators, Jason and Mike, they talk often about people with bad credit or okay credit, good credit, trying to come in and buy cars, trucks. And I know in the case of Jason on YouTube, he does videos, especially here recently, about the way to buy a car. He has a lot of knowledge. He's bought a lot of vehicles in his life. So he has a lot of knowledge and advice on how to negotiate, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. Especially even if you have bad credit. And how you should go about, what should you buy if you have bad credit and you have to have a vehicle such as that. So I'll link his channel. But it got me to thinking, and both of these creators, they say bad things happen to good people. We don't judge them. Don't feel ashamed. And I agree with that. And from my take on this and my spin on this is it can apply not to just buying a vehicle, bad credit, or if you have bad credit, you're trying to buy a home or whatever, you're trying to improve your credit, or other situations, you've had a loss of a job, or you're trying to switch careers, or just what have you. It can be any other crisis, a health crisis. You have a goal. You've got to make something better. You're trying to get to a better place, a better life in general. You know, whatever the situation is, my advice is don't give up. Keep working at it. Pray about it. That's number one. Pray about it. Have no shame. Don't be ashamed. Ms. Dawg and I, we've been through tough times. We've had financial crisis. Believe me, especially back during the Great Recession. I've talked about it before. We came within a hair of losing our home, y'all. We've had layoffs we were dealing with. So we had loss of income, trying to hang on, and we did. Came out of it. Bad credit. We had to put stuff on credit cards. We probably did more, we had made some bad decisions along the way. Not real bad, but we were trying to survive, Bad things happen to good people. They really do. They truly do. We know. We've lived it. But we climbed out of it. It took years. It took a long time. It takes time. It's not going to get better overnight. But you got to keep the faith. You keep praying. You keep working at it. It takes hard work. But it will get better if you stay determined and you keep working at it. Do not feel shame. These people out here, y'all, all these people that look like they're well put together and they're driving a nice car and they got the suit, it's not always the case. They may look like they got it all together, but inside they could be broken in many pieces, y'all. You just don't know. You don't know what the person next to you in line at the grocery store is going through. They may look impeccable. They got it. They all put together, but they really not. In most cases, they're not, y'all. The guy that's driving the old vehicle that's got overalls on probably got more money than all of us put together, y'all. So you can't always judge by the cover. However, some other advice. No guilt, all right? No guilt. No stigma. You trying to find a job? Don't worry about the stigma. That's out the door. That's long ago. Tell everybody you're looking for a job. Network. Stay positive. Pray. Seek help. Surround yourself with supportive people. People that can help you, not break you down. Look the part. And that's part of staying positive. You go out there looking, you got to put on the good face. Stay positive. That shows the people. That makes a difference in your energy, in your step, in your speaking. So you got to look the part and play the part. Fake it till you make it. It truly works. It truly works. I know from experience. Mrs. Dawg knows from experience. Don't give up. It takes time. This is spiritual. Pray about it. All right? Like I said, I mentioned before, we went through a period where our credit went down. I mean, we were in the 600s, man. I mean, I don't know, it might have been lower than that at some point. It was bad. It was bad, y'all. Now, that's been some years ago now. But we clawed back and we worked at it and we educated ourselves more a little bit and got into better habits. But then a lot of that was out of our control. Layoffs and other things happen, health things. You just don't know. It can happen to anybody. But we got back. We have A+ credit now. It's awesome. We can pretty much go out right now and buy whatever we want to. Or we could put it this way, we could borrow money if we want to. But it took time. It took a lot of hard work. We're still working at it. Every day. Get up, throw coffee down your neck. You take a shower. You put on the clothes. And you jump in the vehicle or go down the hallway. Miss Dawg, a lot of times, she works from home. She walks down the hallway and goes at it. A lot of times when I come home from work, she's still working. She works more from home than she did when she goes in the office. It can be a lot of different things. It can be some other life change or grief or other issues. You just got to keep working at it. Seek help from prayer, but also other people who have experienced or who've gone through it and who have overcome it. That helps too. Share your thoughts, share your experiences if you want to. I'd appreciate it. But I just wanted to put that out there. Maybe it'll help somebody. Maybe it'll give you some encouragement. Sometimes it's just a word of encouragement that helps. A lot of times it's just hearing somebody else that's gone through the same thing we have. That means you can get through it too. If we can, you can. Check out those channels too. Oh, I was going to go to a passage. I almost forgot the passage. I can't forget that. It's not too long. Bear with me. It goes along with what I'm saying. You may have heard this one before. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you." Man, that's encouraging. I went one more verse. Y'all know me, I can't read just one verse a lot of time. I go extra. But I hope that's helpful. He has a plan for you. It's not always super clear right away, but we have to listen and be patient too, and pray for discernment, pray for guidance, and then listen and be still and keep praying. It does work, I promise. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. I appreciate you listening. Share. If you think this will encourage somebody else, somebody's going through something, share it with them. Might help. I appreciate it. Let's be safe out there. Be careful. God bless you. I'll see you soon.